Hello and welcome. My name is Gail Moffat, and I am very, very pleased to be here with you. And so I often like to sort of have this little spiritual chat before I connect with some callers that call in, and of which I'm really looking forward to doing some readings today. So I know we're going to have 2 callers come in. So before we go there, what I do is I always think just before the show, I think, what am I going to talk about? But it's very easy because I just go to my guides and they sort of inspire me or tell me what I need to talk about. And today they wanted me to talk about the angelic realm. And this is, I think this is a wonderful subject. And my guides have been educating me about angels over the last year. And in fact, I have a YouTube channel where there's a whole section about angels on it, which is really sort of quite fascinating. And it's basically channeled information that's been given to me. And so we, obviously we have the archangels, which are wonderful. Like, we have Archangel Michael and Raphael and Ariel and Uriel, and I can't remember all the names, and I probably have to look them up. But I am aware of all the archangels. And then, but the seraphims, they're interesting because they always remain with God, and for some reason, and so they're always by his side. And what I'm told is that, when you think about spiritual healing, isn't spiritual healing lovely? I don't know if you've ever had it, but when I've had it, it just makes me go all sort of gooey and just sort of like almost like sort of relax and sort of go into that sort of space of just, and so spiritual healing is lovely, but when you have a spirit that's working with the medium to give spiritual healing, they are often a spirit of man. But if you have an angel that is giving the healing, they're able to do things that man can't. And so it's almost like they're on a higher level of ability to give healing. And so, and just out of interest, I have 3 people that work with me when I do healing. I have Saint Sebastian, and he often comes through with knowledge about health issues and all sorts of things like that. And then I have God sometimes comes forward and says he wants to give healing. And then I also have Archangel Raphael, and he comes through and does the healing. And he's being more prominent with me just lately. So, I always say to people, if you do have, some problems or conditions, get in touch with me, and I will always put anybody on my healing list, so that I will, and I send. See what I do. I'm getting all tongue-tied at the moment. But what I do is I always look to sit, for spirit for an hour every day, and so whoever is working with me on the healing comes close to me, and then they work with my healing list. And I said, when I first started doing this, I said to, in fact, it was Saint Sebastian, I said to him, do I have to read out all the names on the list? And he said, no, we can see them. You don't need to. So I thought, because that's a long list. It would take an hour to read them all out. But anyway, so I just want to say that, basically, if anyone, find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and just sort of say, I need healing for this, or my friend needs healing. I think and I'm always willing to put anybody on my healing list, and send out healing to them. So you know what? I just want to say one other thing about angels. God not only allows a family member to be close with us on our life's journey, but he also allocates angels to us now. And this is something that he it wasn't always the case. And so we have an angel and a family member with us. There's two people, and that's every single person. And that's something that he was told to me. So you all have your angel with you. So isn't that lovely? Anyway, so I think it's about time we went for to a caller, and I did a reading, and I believe we have Kimberly in now. I think it's Orangeville or Orangeville or on it. Where she's in Ontario. Are you there, Kimberly?
Yes, I'm here. It's Orangeville.
Orangeville. Okay, just like orange as in the fruit, and then Ville.
Yes.
As in village, right? Okay, got it. Thank you. So I am a medium. Now, what that means is I am able to connect to loved ones in spirit that have passed, that you have known, or I can go to my guides and give you guidance over an aspect of your life. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
I would like to know the guidance. What will I expect in the next few months?
Okay. Is there a particular area that you'd like me to focus, or just a general sort of interest?
Just a general interest.
Okay.
Like, I guess, love, relationship, money.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I'm being told straight away is that you're clever. And you've got quite a good mind and a good head on your shoulders. Do you recognize that about yourself? And don't be modest,
yeah.
Kimberly. Good.
Yes, I do.
I'm being told this, and I'm being told that you. There's been I feel like your career is sort of like, I feel like you're okay, but I feel like there's more for you to achieve, more for you to do, and I feel like you're going to go to more heights in whatever you're doing, because it's like you haven't reached or haven't got to the point which is really going to almost like showcase who you are and what you're capable of. And I feel that that you're on the sort of you're approaching the edge or approaching the point where you're going to make almost like a big leap, a big sort of leap of faith, and you're going to bring about almost like you're going to go do I feel like there's going to be a real difference in what you're doing in your life. But I feel like there's a sort of an academic thread running through what I'm saying, and I feel like there's a real sort of exploratory nature of whatever you're going to be doing. Now, when I say that, I'm sort of, this is Gail talking now, and I sometimes think, oh, are you going to be studying? Is that what it is? But I'm not sure. But I just know that there's a real academic thread to you, but I feel that you are going to almost like excel in your career, absolutely excel. And I feel that you're going to, I feel almost like you're going to make some differences. And I was go so far as to say differences in the world, because I feel like there's some sort of discovery or way of thinking or way of doing. Does any of this make sense to you, Kimberly?
Sort of, kinda. There are things that I like to do, but in my work of place that I work in, it's not anything that I enjoy doing. So it has to be like a faith of doing something that I enjoy doing, not my work per se.
Yeah, I feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. That's the feeling I get. And I feel that you're going to be taking a really big leap. I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but I'm being told by my guide, Martha, her name is, and she's telling me that God has an amazing plan for you. And I feel that you're going to do something that's really significant in the world. Please tell me what this is, Martha. um, and I just feel that you. I'd like to say that you are going to. I feel like you're going to. I feel like there's an educational aspect to what you're going to do, and I don't know whether you're going to sort of teach people or whether you're going to show people an aspect. I feel like it's an aspect of life or aspect of something that you're going to sort of be teaching. I feel also, I'm being told you're going to be very, very good at it. And I feel like you're very knowledgeable on this subject that I'm talking about. So I can only assume it's an aspect of you that you are aware of. Um, just I just want to sort of I feel sort of very faintly drawn, um, or not faintly, but I feel slightly drawn to the idea of spirituality. Do you have quite a sort of an understanding of spirituality, or are you able to connect in a way that I can, or slightly?
I'm trying to work on that. Sometimes I feel like I'm psychic. I help my kids because sometimes I see and I feel things, and I try to meditate to try and work on that to bring it more to me.
Because I think this is where I'm going with this, and I feel that you are. I feel that you're going to reach a point where your abilities to connect is going to sort of. I feel like I'm. Do you know what I'm seeing in my clairvoyance? I'm seeing a rocket go right up and just really, really quickly. It's almost like you're going to go from 0 to sort of like 1,000 in a very, very short space of time. You're going to really elevate your consciousness. You're going to, and I feel also, I get the feeling that you're going to be very similar to me. You're going to be able to connect to a wider range of people. I mean, I'm able to connect to many people from the Bible era and the angelic realm, and I feel that you're going to be an incredibly you're going to end up being incredibly knowledgeable about this subject, and I just feel that you're going to reach a point where you're going to speak your words and people are going to come to you to listen. Now, what I would say is generally when people are going to be have such a significant path in their life, they will have had feelings in their life like, I feel like I'm going to be doing something. I feel like there's something going to happen to me, or something that's, that's quite sort of big or unusual. Have you ever experienced that?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, it doesn't mean to say that it's not going to happen, but I just get this feeling you are going to. It's not a feeling. I'm clairaudient and I'm hearing the words, and I just hear that you're going to be almost like exceptional, and that's the word that's just been given to me. You're going to be exceptional, and I know that this is probably the only thing that you've got at the moment is this this ability. Have you ever heard of Marianne Williamson? And she sort of, does sort of. Okay, well, look her up, and when you come off the phone, because I feel like you're going to be somebody like her, but I feel like you're going to be even more knowledgeable than her, a little bit different from her, and I feel that you're going to be. She was. I've just been told. Actually, she was a presidential candidate in the U.S. last election. However, she's also does a lot of she does a lot of spiritual talks. That's what I'm sort of referring to.
Okay.
But but it's her spiritual talks that I'm talking about, and not her presidential not the presidential candidate. But but I just feel like you're going to end up like this is where you're heading, and this is what the plan is that God has for you, because you are going to be. I feel like you're going to be exceptional and just amazing, and everything is about timing. Everything about getting the timing right. And I don't feel the timing is sort of quite now, but I do feel that you're going to reach a point where your ability to connect is going to get stronger and stronger. I hope that helps. And if you want to, yeah, it's going to be great. You will be fantastic at it, because I feel like also you've got charisma. There's something about you that is sort of is dazzling. Just like lovely. Like almost like you people will. I feel that people will meet you and almost want to be your friend, or want to be close to you. And I feel that you and I feel that this is something that is going to be a really exciting path. Like everything, timing is important, and spirit will always consider, your commitment to your children. So it may be that now's the time to just really sort of develop your mediumship. But I feel that if you're open to that, or find somebody to help you with your connection, sit in circle. I mean, there's loads of things going on in the United States. Yeah. But if you want to talk to me about it anymore, then you can find me on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat. But thank you for calling in, and I hope that is food for thought. I think food for thought. But thank you. Anyway, thank you. I need to go to my next caller. I believe we have Trayshawn in Atlanta, Georgia. Are you there, Trayshawn?
Yes.
Hello. Oh, hi. How are you? Oh, good. So we've got about 10 minutes. So I can connect to somebody in the spirit world, or I can give you guidance from one of my guides. Where would you like me to focus?
Okay. Can you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Right. So would you like to give you guidance, or would you like me to connect to a loved one?
Is it for like a love? Is the love one like a love reading?
I can do a love reading if you want. That would come under guidance. Would you like that?
Yeah. Okay. So I got it. Yes.
So is this? Do you want me to connect about look at somebody in particular, or would you like me to see if somebody's going to come in?
My child's father. He's going through a rough path right now that we're not speaking, and I'm trying to see if we're going to work things out and get back together, or should I just let it go?
Right. Okay. One of the things that I feel about him is he can be a bit fiery. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And he's got a little bit. He's got a little bit of a temper on him, and I feel that he can easily. I feel like there's a sort of sensitive, also a sensitive. He can be quite sensitive, and he. I feel that he gets upset easily about things. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, he's real sensitive. Like
You take everything to heart.
Yeah, yeah, he does. Bless him. And I feel also that he, when I look at his life, I feel like he's had a challenging life, and I feel like that he has he hasn't had he hasn't been loved in the way that he should have been in his life. I feel like he's had quite a lot of challenges to deal with, and I feel also a lot of criticism as well, and judgment as well around him. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like he's a really wounded soul, and I feel that whilst he, I feel like it's almost like he's dived down the rabbit hole, and he's just sort of staying in a sort of safe place. But when I look at him, I feel like he's upset that he's not with you. I feel like he wants to be with you, but he's just sort of like want to be in his cocoon. He doesn't want to come out, or he's frightened of. I feel like there's something he's frightened about. He's frightened of hurting you, because I think he's frightened of his temper. Would that make sense to you?
Yes. Just somewhat. I feel like his mama is more guiding him the opposite way.
But I do feel that when I look at him, I feel like he's pondering. He's not sure of which sort of direction he needs to go. I'm just going to look at his mum and see what she's about. I feel with I feel like I feel like it's more with him. I feel like I feel like he's just not sure, and I feel like he's confused, and I feel like and I feel like he just wants to be safe, and I feel also that I feel like he feels that it's almost like you know how it doesn't matter who you are, you can be with somebody and it can just be fiery and a bit sort of like there's a lot of arguments or stuff like that. And I just feel that there's a there's quite a bit of friction between the two of you when you get together, and it's like you're nice people individually, but it's just like almost like both of you bring out the worst in each. We've got that worst side, but I just feel like there's that with it, and I feel like he sort of feels like I feel like he feels like he doesn't know whether he can cope with that anymore. But I also feel with him that he has some regrets of how he's spoken to you or how he's treated you, because I know that he feels that he should be kinder to you, and I feel like there's a sort of he feels that I know that in his mind he's thinking that if he were to get back together with you, that he would want to do things differently and change some of the ways that he is, because he feels that he's partly to blame for the problems that the two of you have. And I feel that he and this is something that's sort of he's mulling over in his mind, and I believe that what my guide is telling me, Martha, she's saying to me that um, she believes that if he reaches the decision, and everyone's got free will, if he reaches the decision to come back, I feel that he will he will be a different person and put more effort into the relationship. And I think that that's been part of the problem in the past, that he's been a bit fiery and a bit difficult, and and just sort of like, it's so frustrating for you, because I feel like right now, I don't know whether it's in the relationship as well or right now, but I feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you're not sure how you're going to sort of survive, or I feel like it's a real struggle for you at the moment. And what I'm being told is that my guide is telling me that you are there's spirit people that are coming around you, that are looking to sort of look after you and help you, because I feel like there's a real need for upliftment and lifting you up, because I feel like there's a real heavy heart with you, and a lot of hurt. But what I want to say to you is, one thing that I do know is that he does love you. He does have love in you, and I feel like there's a real sadness that he is in this situation, and he is blaming himself for this. And I feel that once he's worked out what he should be doing and where he should be going with things, I feel that he has a real serious potential to come back and be in your life. Does all of that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh. It's really tough for you at the moment, isn't it? I can feel it. I'm so sorry that you're going through a tough time, but and also, is one of your children, has one of your children needed some, I don't know whether it's sort of some sort of health check or medical stuff going on? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So I'm just being alerted to that, and I'm being told that I need to put your is it a son? Is it a son that I'm referring to?
Is it huh?
But I'm going to put him on my healing list, and so because I'm being told that Spirit wish to bring healing to him and help him get better.